So, according to A+, he never called for a third term for His Excellency John Mahama.
I never. So your records.
No, me make a statement.
Was some
have you abandoned?
And I'm saying I never called for a third term for John Mahama.
You know, some days ago or some weeks, months ago, A+ was advocating the fact that there shouldn't be only 4-year term or that term not and that term things that they have been given to the president. It will not help the country. Because if you look at countries that are developed, countries that are standing on their feet right now, they didn't go like that 4 years thing. Let's go and listen to him. But before that, kindly subscribe and be part of us. Share your opinions, whether what he's saying is right or not.
I only called for an end to term limits, whether it's today, whether it's after John Mahama, whether it's Bawumia Beye president, whether it's Asidun Ketia Beye president. I'm saying that we have to look at ending term limits in Ghana. That's it. I never said that John Mahama.
That was the advocacy?
Of course.
And you still advocate for it?
Oh, I think that term limits M1 there is nowhere in this world. There's not a single country in this world that only term limits are developed by and people are not looking at it from that angle. But I can tell you for a fact that there is not a single country under the sun only developed with term limits.
And moving from third world to first world with term limits.
America.
I agree with
you. Say America, America never had term limits for 150 years. They only had term limits in 1951 during the 22nd Amendment. Before then, all those who were contesting for just 2 terms were doing that just by convention. It was not law. It was not law. No, there is no country in this world that Omaya term limits say 8 years are kono obimbra Omaya ye wo wiase bi ni ho. England, the king, the monarch in the building Omaya. Everywhere that you have developed, because would ye 8 years be 4 years work or 8 years be a some bibia. Now by the ye simple ye. John Mahama say President Kufuor Okan Senka President Kufuor or minister be developer or mine. Every time I know a president I'll be seen that Ghana. Every government has almost performing on in their first term because there is an incentive to perform, which is the second term. And when they get the second term, there is no incentive to perform because naturally team say they will lose 8 years. Until if you work on a galamsey period, but if I didn't know Ghana politics no obia hakam me too ye 30 million okrum me to me cause some ye democracy team person be Bob Black Star me ko Bob Black Star meaning bo say with a human right into Black Star person be Bobby yes na who discriminate because person be Bobby meaning bo I didn't know eba amemwo dia e so obia can be e was say select your mom be ya asofo omom be bobo omom be buman obia politician bia make decision bia na osuro electorate no hwe say yete Ghana ha na Chinese need to me be feel insuo say o si dan esi so na obetumi akwacha na kotwadua but baby ya feel peshi lagunia na say minister nyamishra Greater Accra regional minister Greater Accra mayor nyamishra omo hwe monye edwuma na moye no say president say electorate no mom to aba no foot soldier for na ade adwante ombe yu anya hwe okwa anya me be hira wasefo be di ye say build your mind no hwe maame no gina ne na so baby o say ye kala nipa fi be o say ye kala mu free ho onsura de this is the nipa say no ne om qualify say de o mind so omonsa China nipa ha no abe feeling so no we sit down yesi so na town and country planning ye tu omokawu. But yes, sorry, I see a quite demolition. That time now, no not town and country planning for when. Me we am a president of Ghana. First thing, quite be a year, be a second we be 20 years. But say audit. It also quite did 20 years. I say, quite no hefa. I say and I said that's all. One to me, yeah, quite non-living thing. Am a quite and say no what that's what you say. Why you quite a quite? I say no. Kwame Nkrumah quite many years. I feel years I any be more. Na president no ono onim kwan mu President Kufuor ye kwan fia kokuma se oda so ti Ghana kwan na sei etut asai kra How can any government build a road? No road na say na government no move forward. There you also move corner chirima be say we no na ye. What you say? But President Kufuor on yet engineer highways engineer na say baby omo ye kwan minimum on ye edwuma wo ho. Nti no wona e dey ahye won sa say wona wo behwe me be gina kwan so say ye ni you and you me hu. But wona e hye won sa no as engineer na wona wo hwe no. Say yes, kwan be di 20 years na edi 5 years na tutu say achi wutu. Sa na edi bu mai. Oh, one fa say no dey na democracy. Democracy no ye the man time a wo person developer won ye you. Na we sidan town planning for munim say baby ankofo de bia mu de ka twem wo ho you know mo adwuma no say e wo say mo planning o man no mo planning o man no na ankofo no sidan ni wi a mo ba say ye bebu.
But without democracy, you will not be in parliament.
I will say democracy no ye tailor no and ye one size fit all kind of stuff. The democracy in Ghana won't work in Burkina Faso. The democracy in China won't work in England. Human beings are different, and democracy no see a tailor no depending on their culture, their history, and everything. You cannot practice the same democracy in Iran, in Australia. And you know, we have to practice. I am a Democrat. I believe in democracy, but our democracy must be tailored in such a way. Say, develop it. You cannot have every party coming with their manifesto. When you have a National Development Planning Commission, what is their job? We have to have a blueprint as a country that every government will follow. Every government must campaign and say that the amino ye plan they say ye be ya deal with them crofo we no omo che wo ho ntino mo to abama ene yen be yen ntem enye say bia we no ye we yen pe yen ba yen ye be ye say da bi plan na da ho. But idea what can say we no omo de no boarding mo to abama yen ai ba be yen ntem ye be yen cheaper so e be last so. That is the campaign. You cannot run a country with party manifestos, and that was the recommendation of the National of the Constitution Review Commission, the one that was set up by Professor Mills. It was part of the recommendations, and this is what we have to do as a country. And you know whether if Ghana ye na manko parliament na because without democracy men ko na me manko parliament e be den say Ghana ye a sanka men kasa me koye gumo ye nka ba san gumo na ye deda.
But countries like the US and the rest also believe in this democracy, that's 4 years term for president. So I don't know why A+ is insisting. So let me know if you agree with him or not.
I never also your records.
No, me make a statement.
Have
you abandoned?
And I'm saying I never called for a third term for John Mahama. I only called for an end to term limits, whether it's today, whether it's after John Mahama, whether it's Bawumia Beye president, whether it's Asiedu Nketia Beye president. I'm saying that we have to look at ending term limits in Ghana. That's it. I never said that John Mahama.
That was the advocacy.
Of course.